This is an iCoro movie production movie review, and this is our new channel, Lavender Lens 888. Come check out all of your new movie reviews here on this channel. Get ready for your movie review.
Welcome back to another movie review with me, the Blue Lion, and
Creator X.
Alright, and we are here to review the movie Geography Club, which, when I first heard the title, I thought, okay, that sounds like a boring movie. I like geography, but a geography club sounds kind of boring. But that was actually kind of the hook of the movie, in the sense that the geography club is really the secret club for gay and lesbian students in the school.
It was a code. Geography was gay, so it was like the G Club. So they try to,
Oh, see, I didn't even get that.
They were trying to hint like a code, and it was just,
So, we rewatched this movie before this review because we wanted to have it fresh in our minds, but we had watched it years ago.
We seen it kind of around the time when it came out. It came out in 2013, and that was, I think, around the time when we saw it. This is back when, a gay movie came out and you just went to see it immediately because, how it was.
One or two a year. And
right. And you would just rush to go and see these.
And I forgot how long it took before we got to the Geography Club. It was like half the movie.
I feel like I was watching a completely different movie. When I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't remember this movie like that. And it's so strange the different things that were going on in the movie. I didn't remember how it began, ended, nothing. I'm watching the movie like it was seriously a fresh, completely new look at it. But I remember certain characters, and I kept thinking I was watching another movie because I was like, when are these characters going to pop up? When are these characters going to pop up in the movie?
So the basic story is that Russell Middlebrook is in high school, and he kind of has some feelings for this other kid, Kevin Land, who is on the football team. I think he's captain of the football team or whatever. And I think that they shared a kiss or something at summer camp or something like that in the beginning of the movie.
So, like, the main character, he's on the fence a little bit. He's discovering his sexuality, and we know that because he's on an online like gay chat room or something like that at the beginning of the movie. This is back when everyone was still doing like the IM chat or whatever on AOL. And he's in one of these things, and he's supposed to meet somebody by the gazebo, and he's looking around and he sees this really effeminate gay guy on a phone, and he thinks that's who he's supposed to be going to see. So as he goes to go walk over to him, he bumps into one of the football player jocks and starts talking to him for a hint, and then the other guy walked away, so he thinks that he was just stood up by the gay guy he was chatting with. So we kind of know that he was at least looking at the gay, like exploring himself or discovering himself or something along those lines, because he was in a gay chat room.
So then, ultimately, he and Kevin have a kiss, and someone else sees them, Min, this other girl from the school. So she leaves him a note saying, meet me at room whatever, 327 or whatever it is, after school.
So look, and I feel like you're fast forwarding. Like
okay.
So look it. They didn't just have a kiss somewhere in school. They went on a trip and they were at like camp or some shit.
Right.
And they were at camp, and there's like all the ins and outs of regular camp nonsense is going on. And like they're talking or whatever the case may be, and he thinks he's making fun of him. And then they have the rain starts, and then they have this moment where they kiss in the rain. It was sort of romantic. It was like, oh, this is kind of sweet, like they're kissing in the rain kind of a thing. And then another girl walks in on them, like she walks around a corner and sees them, and she's like, oh, and that they just kind of ran, and they receive a note from the girl, so they assume that she's trying to blackmail them, but it ends up being something along the lines of her trying to invite them to the geography club.
Right. And it was sweet in the sense that she was trying to say, the whole point of the movie was you don't have to stay in the closet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and kind of that exploring some of the reasons why people do. They're not sure if they're gay or not. They're even the super gay guy in the geography club at the beginning was saying, "Oh, I'm 80% straight, 20% gay." And by the end, and the percentages kept changing as the movie went on, which you knew they were going to. So that was a cute running joke. But otherwise, some of the reasons why people don't, their parents, even Kevin Land, who had Scott Bakula from, of course, I know him from Star Trek Enterprise, but he was from, what was the other
Quantum
show?
Leap.
Quantum Leap.
Yeah.
And he seemed like he was hinting hard that he was gay. He was hinting hard at like, oh yeah, me and the guys playing football, you know how it is. But he mentioned the gay uncle or whatever it is.
I thought that was so cute.
So he was seriously hinting to the son, like, it's okay if this is your boyfriend. And so even though Kevin had what you would think would be accepting parents, he had a certain life path for himself that he felt like, well, am I really going to come out and jeopardize my life path? So it was, but at the end of the day, you know, what happens when you lie? People get hurt. You hurt other people. And there was some really surprising moments that, you know, were very real in the sense of, like in Heartstopper, everyone makes good decisions. But in this movie, you don't always make good decisions. But at the end of the day, you know, it comes together. It comes together.
I'm glad you compared Heartstopper to it, because this movie was kind of what people wanted to see in Heartstopper, in the sense of what people say is a realistic view, because most gay kids did not get the jocks. So when a show like Heartstopper is going on and the gay kid actually ends up with the jock, it's like some people were angered by it. It was like, this is not real. But like, what, you know what I mean? Like, what is real in these films anyway? Like, all films are not based upon real events, but you know, we don't say Superman is not real when we see someone flying in the sky. We're open to the fantasy of what's being created by the filmmakers. But I thought it was interesting that the similarities between this geography club and Heartstopper was that the jock both wanted the other person that they were attracted to join the team. Both of them got them on the team. Both of them was like, oh yeah, join the team. He was like, I like spending time with you. And they did seem to have some kind of cute relationship, and you did want to see it flourish and go even further. And to some extent, I like he took this sort of prideful, you know, I'm out and I deserve you to, you know, be out with me. And I'm like, that's cool. But then that's when I started kind of thinking on a high school level of like, well, would you think like that on a high school level if the jock really was interested in you and the jock wasn't being mean or rude? Like, it wasn't like he was beating him up or being nasty towards him. He actually was showing him affection. It was just, he was showing him affection in private. And I think everyone has the choice to come out when they're ready. But we did see that bullying behavior take place when the main character ended up like playing a role in bullying that was taking place with one of the outcasts of the school, who wasn't gay, but he was someone who was clearly being bullied.
But you see how so there were the pressures from the guys, but it was really the girls who got at him in the most hurtful way, because they were the ones who outed him.
Yes.
Because they were like, oh, you're not into me. Oh, it was all about their ego. And this isn't about girls in general. It's about the two specific, you know, bad girls in the movie that the best friend of Russell, Gunner, was going after. And I was kind of, you know, that he was that kind of like the disgusting kind of slob best friend sidekick character that you see so often in the trope of it. But on some level, you're just kind of grossed out by, wow, you're really asking your friend to like do all this to help you get some girl like this. I mean, maybe straight guys do that. It just seemed it just seemed kind of gross to me. And then, you know, the girls that he was trying to get them to go after, all of that just ended up backfiring on everybody and everything. And so, in any case, it's a cute movie, even though it has some real moments. It's got a good ending, so stick with it. Everything ends up in a decent enough place at the end. And I don't know if you have any final thoughts before we wrap up the video.
I would say that the movie is not bad at all. It wasn't as funny as, like, you know, GBF or something along those lines, but it was definitely a throwback film that maybe if you haven't seen, it would still be like a cute watch. I mean, these days we're kind of not getting a lot of feel-good or comedic or romance gay films, so sometimes we got to revisit some of these ones that maybe we came out a long time ago that we overlooked or we didn't really get to see when it came out to enjoy now.
And even if you've seen it before, enjoy it again.
Yeah, revisit. So we're going to be signing out. I am Creator X.
And I am the Blue Lion.
And this has been a iCuddle movie review.
Don't forget to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications. Leave a comment below if you've seen the movie, if you've watched the movie after the review and you agree or you disagree. We want to hear from you. And we'll catch you on the next video.
All right. Peace.